Alright, ladies and gents, I think we're just about ready to get things rolling here today. Everything looks good, and we are just about ready. So, hey guys, welcome back to another edition of my series of Come Hang Out live streams. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Today we have episode number 192, the Council of the Crystal stream. Unfortunately, this might be the last stream with an episode title, so we're just going to have to enjoy it while we can, right? This might be the last stream with a title for a long time because we run out of episode titles. It was going to happen at some point, right? Unfortunately, it happens today. Before we begin today's stream, let's go over our streaming schedule before we get things rolling today. We stream Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time, and as always, I will provide you guys with daily updates. If there's ever a day where I cannot stream for whatever reason, I will let you guys know via my community tab as per usual. So guys, in terms of today's stream, we just have another casual hangout stream for today. Just to give you guys a very quick rundown as to what the rest of this week will look like in terms of streaming. On Wednesday, tomorrow, we are going to be doing another tournament bracket. That'll be tomorrow's activity. On Thursday, we are just going to be doing another casual stream, and on Friday, we are going to be doing Ninjago trivia as per usual. So that's the rough outline for the rest of this week. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. Otherwise, in terms of today's stream, like I said, just a casual hangout stream. Today is August the 9th. So, in terms of today, how are you guys doing? How is your guys' days going? Let's start off with that. In terms of my day, it's just getting started. I totally didn't just wake up about 20 minutes ago. 9 times out of 10, whenever I'm streaming, I usually am just rolling out of bed because my sleep schedule is all kinds of messed up. But how are you guys doing on this lovely Tuesday evening? Doing okay? Doing awesome. That's good to hear. Good. Doing good. Am I going to do titles off of course shorts? Probably not. I think we're just going to let the streams not have titles for a while until the rest of Crystallized eventually does come out. Then I'll go back and retroactively change the titles or whatever like I did before. You guys get it, right? Doing good? Awesome. Very good. Starting your Crystallized stop motion series. I'm glad to hear. Hopefully that goes well for you. Sounds awesome. The last stream with an episode title is the most important stream, the Crystal stream, and we as viewers are the council. Yes, indeed, you are all a part of the Council of the Crystal stream. I'm not sure what you guys have in terms of like powers and weapons or whatever. I think that's up to you guys, but in terms of the Council of the Crystal stream, yes, you are all a part of it. Unless you want to go against the council, in which case, good luck, because we are very strong in terms of numbers. I like the Council of the Crystal stream title. Probably the best one that we've ever made. Very fitting that it's the last one, right? Imagine Crystallized comes out tomorrow by miracle. If that happens, we will definitely have more titles tomorrow. Probably not going to happen though, unfortunately, but we can dream, right? We can only hope and dream. But in terms of the stream, yeah, casual stream today. Let's see what you guys have in terms of questions. If you guys want to do some polls, feel free to let me know. If you guys want to see different background images, feel free to ask as well. Like somebody in the chat wants hunted pictures. Sure, we can totally do hunted pictures for a little bit. Sounds good to me. Thoughts on the Beetle Raider build? Kai's Golden Beetle Raider? Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not really sure how to feel about the thing just yet. I want to mess around with it just a little bit more before I sit down and review the thing. Oh yeah, speaking of my set reviews, I was all set to launch my Crystal King set review earlier this morning. That was all good to go. It's all edited. It's up on the channel right now, but it's just not public because when I went to go upload it officially, we got some news. So I had to delay that review until today. So if you're wondering, hey, where's that Crystal King review? That'll be coming later tonight, tomorrow, some point there, either later tonight or tomorrow morning. Not really sure when I want to release the thing just yet. We just had some news, so I had to delay the review. But it's all done. It's all good to go. Let's see. What should we do in terms of a poll? Best villain defeat poll. Interesting. Okay, I kind of like that idea. Like, best moment where the villains have been defeated. We could go with that. What are some of your favorite villain defeats then? Like, what do you guys have for, like, the best villain defeat? Because certainly there's been a lot of really cool defeats out there. You know, across the entire Ninjago scene for bad guys. Moro's defeat? Okay. He was kind of sucked down by the preeminent into the water, and then, you know, oh, you can only save those who want to be saved. Woo. So we got Moro's defeat there. Let's see. Ooh, the Overlord in Season 2? Yes, indeed. Overlord's defeat. I'm going to specify that's the final battle. All right. Wajira's defeat? I like it. Wajira's defeat. Good scene. Nia just kind of explodes her. And let's do one more. We have room for one more. Who should we do? Ooh, Nadakon's defeat? Yes. I like that one quite a bit. Nadakon's defeat. There we go. Nadakon's defeat, Overlord's defeat, Moro's defeat, Wajira's defeat, and Willem Dafoe. All right. Best villain defeats. Let's see. Let's take a vote. What do you guys have to say for that? Yeah, the Overlord being defeated by Zane's sacrifice. That's also a pretty good one. Unfortunately, we only have 4 options here. So, but that one is pretty good, I will say. That one's probably one of the better ones out there as well. Thoughts on the new Harumi image? Yeah, I did a video on that earlier today. If you guys haven't seen that new image just yet, kind of shows Harumi in some type of rice hat, seemingly in the same type of field that was showcased during the first episode of Seabound, which makes me think that she was there the whole time, that she was just in the background during that scene, and we had no idea until now, which I think is a very good way of storytelling, I guess. A very good way of setting up her character. I don't know. I like that picture. I think that she looks pretty good. Sonic 3 has been confirmed. Yeah, Sonic Movie 3. Did I hear that Sonic 3 is confirmed? Yeah, when is it coming out? December 2024? Seems like a long ways away. I'll probably see it. I mean, I didn't really care for the first one too much. The second Sonic movie was okay. I'm curious to see how the third one goes. I'm not really a huge Sonic fan, I guess you could say. I like Knuckles, though. Knuckles is probably the best Sonic character of all time, and I'm just not saying that because of the memes. I genuinely think his character is good. Am I going to get Lloyd's Ultra Dragon? Probably not, unless I find it on sale at some point. If I can find it for a reasonable price, then I will go ahead and buy that dragon. Otherwise, as of right now, I don't really need to spend that much on that dragon. That honestly isn't really worth that much at all. I'm going to take a sip of my water in the meantime here. Lovely. So yeah, in terms of my set reviews, obviously you'll see reviews for all of the other crystallized sets except for the Golden Ultra Dragon, which I do not have and I don't plan on getting. So, Lloyd Golden Oni. I'm definitely going to be getting that figure at some point. For sure. Going to be buying it on Bricklink, eBay, one of those third-party secondhand sites. Definitely going to be buying that on there. Because I want that figure, obviously. But I don't want the dragon that goes with it. So if anyone has the figure, and they don't want the figure, but they have the dragon, I'll buy it off of you for a reasonable price. Let's see. How does Zane do Spinjitzu alone? Yeah, seemingly because half of his heart is in Pixel. Well, he did rebuild himself following Rebooted, so maybe that has to do with that. Maybe he can now do Spinjitzu alone because he rebuilt himself, rebuilt a better heart. Who's to say, really? Will YouTube be a full-time job? I mean, right now, YouTube's a full-time job for me. Yeah. Otherwise, in a couple months, so to speak, I'm not really sure what my job is going to be looking like. We're just going to have to wait and see. Best animated season. Ooh, which season has the best animation? Honestly, every season is pretty good with animation, except for maybe Hands of Time, which definitely had some leeway taken with its animation budget. I'd say maybe the Oni trilogy. Yeah, let's go with the Oni trilogy. Because all of the animation across all of the Oni trilogy is pretty consistent. So Sons of Garmadon, Hunted, March of the Oni. Let's go with those 3 seasons. Possession pictures? Sure. Possession sounds good to me. Possession. Say that 5 times fast. Favorite possession set? Let's go with the Master Wu Dragon. Yeah, I like how that dragon was built. I used to have it way back when, ended up selling it, but I kind of missed that set. Maybe I'm going to go back and try to get that one day again. Re-add it to my collection. Hands of Time was interesting. I'd say so, yeah. Hands of Time had some weird stuff going on with animation. There are some scenes where the animation is just kind of not all there, to be exact. Some of the rendering of some of the characters looks a little bit off. Again, Hands of Time was kind of plagued by budget and time restrictions from what I can see. So it makes sense why Hands of Time is a little bit lesser in terms of quality, especially in terms of the visuals compared to some of the other seasons out there. Story-wise, I think that story-wise Hands of Time is pretty strong. Probably the best aspect of that season in my opinion. But animation, visuals, was not all there with Hands of Time. Do I like Ninjago to have a more glossy look for the skin or more matte? More so matte, I'd say, as opposed to glossy. I get that they're supposed to be Lego characters, but doesn't mean that they need to be shiny all the time. I think there is a way to do like a shiny texture on those characters, but I kind of prefer the more muted, the more matte coloring, like you mentioned. I think that's definitely the better look for these characters. But shininess, you know, shininess is fine in some cases, I guess. I get that they're supposed to be made of plastic, but surely not in the Ninjago series, right? Surely not in the show they're made of plastic. They're made of human flesh and skin, which is kind of weird to think about, considering their shape. But that's how it is, right? At least I think so. I think so. The ninjas fuse to become the ultimate ninja. That'd be cool. What color would the ultimate ninja be? Would he be rainbow color? Would he be purple? I don't know. Who's to say? I think we will see the ninja fusing and crystallize, probably into that large golden dragon. Makes sense to me. They unlock these new golden dragon forms, then they can all merge together to make the large four-headed golden ultra dragon, and Lloyd will ride him into battle. I think that'll definitely happen at some point here. Am I going to watch the Flash movie? Probably not. To be honest, I don't really have any interest in the Flash, and it sounds like the behind the scenes of this movie is a big mess, so I'm not expecting it to be good. It's going to be a miracle if it even gets released, I will say that. So if it does get released, I still won't see it, but I'm curious to see if it even happens. Will it be canceled? Maybe. Not really sure. Have I ever heard of Adventurac? Not many have. My teacher thought it was cool that I knew about it. Adventurac? Is that how it's said? Am I pronouncing that correct? I gotta look that up. To the internet I go. Oh dear internet, what ventures do you have for me today? Adventurac. Oh, I see. What is this? What is this? Is it some type of competition thing? Interesting. Oh, Adventure Reach. I see. Adventure Reach. Terribly sorry. I can't read to save my life. Adventure Reach. Yeah, okay. Is it some type of creating life-changing outdoor adventures to help kids develop genuine relationships and strong character so that they can... something. Very interesting. I'll have to look more into that. I have not heard of that before now. It seems like some type of outdoor competition thing. Curious. No, I have not heard about that, but I will definitely look it up more after the stream. See if I can get educated on what exactly this is. Totally gonna not pirate the Flash movie because of Ezra Miller. Yeah, that's another thing too. I kind of don't want to support Ezra Miller, you know, especially because of all the behind-the-scenes shenanigans that our good old friend Ezra Miller has been getting up to. Seems like maybe the Flash movie just shouldn't come out, you know, especially if they're going to be recasting the Flash afterwards. What's the point, right? Like, what's exactly the point? I have no idea. Who's to say? Which Oni mask would I like to have or use? Ooh, interesting. Would I rather have 4 arms? Would I rather have telekinetic powers? Or would I rather have the ability to turn my entire body into stone? Maybe that would be a good poll to run. Let's do that. Why don't we end off the best villain defeat poll? Who won? The final battle? Yes, followed by Nautocon's defeat, Wajira's defeat, and Moro's defeat. Sounds good. So, let's do an Oni mask poll. Which Oni mask would you like to have? Perfect. We got the Mask of Vengeance. I'm Vengeance. We got the Mask of Deception. Perfect. And the Mask of Hatred. Either way, you know, you're probably getting corrupted in some way, shape, or form here. These Oni masks are definitely not for the faint of heart. Mask of Vengeance, Deception, Hatred sounds good. In terms of which one I'd personally like to have, I'm thinking maybe Maybe the Mask of Vengeance. Because imagine getting 4 arms, right? I could get so much more done if I had 4 arms. Imagine multitasking. That'd be awesome. Otherwise, yeah, Deception would be cool for telekinesis and whatnot. But the Mask of Hatred, giving you a stone suit, so to speak, that could also be useful. I think any of these could be useful. Where did I get the Soundwave plushie? Amazon. They have a whole bunch of them over there. Whole bunch of Transformers plushies for those interesting. They have Grimlock, they have Optimus, all kinds of good stuff, and they all look super deformed. So if you're interested in getting a gross Transformers plushie, head on over to Amazon. They have them all there, and they are beautiful. They are kind of expensive. They're like $30 per plushie, but it's worth it. It's worth it to get a cursed Transformers plushie. Let's see. Is Morgan Freeman immortal? Yes, indeed he is. And that is epic. Would take Deception because if I get a plastic lightsaber, I'm basically a Jedi. Yeah, I guess you could say that, right? Telekinesis? Sure. I mean, I could see each of these having their own use, right? Probably not the Mask of Hatred, per se. I mean, the Mask of Hatred, getting yourself a stone suit covering your whole body, that could be interesting. That could be useful in some, I guess, situations. But I feel like getting 4 arms or having telekinesis, that's infinitely more useful than getting a stone bodysuit. But that is just me. Mask of Deception because I can take food out of the fridge without walking there. There you go. Using it for the good of mankind. That's perfect. That's exactly what I would use it for as well. Why didn't Ultraviolet and Kilo get invited to the council? Interesting. Is it because they were part of the Red Crows, that weird non-Sons of Garmadon group that came out of the Garmadon comic? Is it because they were a part of that? Who's to say? Maybe the Crystal King just didn't want to invite them for whatever reason. Maybe he found Mr. E or Mr. F to be the most useful member of the trio. Who's to say? I think he's definitely the best, Mr. E, Mr. F. He's the best of the Sons of Garmadon generals, but yeah, surely they could have used Kilo's muscles, right? I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe we will find that out in the crystallized series. Why wasn't the other Sons of Garmadon invited? Oh, hello, Momo. Welcome to the stream. My kitty cat Momo is here to say hi to everybody. Hi, Momo. Yes, we all see you, or at least I see you. But we all love you, right? There you go. When am I going to be doing the crystallized set reviews? Those will be starting probably later tonight or tomorrow, depending on when I want to post the Crystal King set review. Like I mentioned earlier in the stream, that review is all good to go. It's all set. It's all done. It's ready to be unveiled to the public. But we did have some Ninjago news earlier today, so more than likely it'll be early this morning, early tomorrow morning then, like 6 a.m. my time. So yeah, let's go with that, unless something else comes out and then I have to delay the review again. But the Crystal King review, that'll be coming out very, very soon, within 12 hours. So stay tuned for that one if you want to see my thoughts on that set. Harumi was waiting for that Order of Venge shown in Seabound. Yeah, I have no doubt that she was the contact that Misdemeanor was supposed to be meeting in that field. No doubt in my mind. And afterwards, after she saw the ninja there, she was like, oh great, I need some type of disguise. Hence the kabuki mask, right? That was a pretty close call, Harumi. We don't want your return to be spoiled so easily, right? We gotta dress you up in the kabuki mask whenever you go out in public. Honestly, they probably should have started with that. I mean, Harumi's disguise, she's just wearing a hat and that's it. Very interesting. Otherwise, yeah, give her the kabuki mask. Give her a better disguise. There you go. Use the mini movie names for streams. For example, Stream of Curiosity. I was thinking about that, but it'd be kind of weird to do like mini movie names right now and then come back later on once we get more crystallized episodes and continue the episode titles. It'd be kind of strange, you know. I think we're just going to have the streams have no title for a while. Maybe once Crystallized wraps up, maybe we could do the short names or whatever, like the names of mini movies and whatnot. I think we should do that after Crystallized is all out and released. I think that'd be a much better case for the stream. Just my opinion, though. March of the Oni Pictures. Sure. Season 10. Sounds good. Sounds very, very good. What if crystallized Harumi is Prime Empire Harumi? That is always possible, you know, Harumi being Avatar Harumi. That is always possible, but I'm not so sure how that would go over with fans or how that would work in terms of the show. I think it would mean a lot more. It would be a lot more impactful if it was the actual Harumi, but Avatar Harumi, that is always a possibility. Can't deny that it's not a possibility. It totally is. Who's my favorite Ninjago villain? Gotta go with the big three, Garmadon, Overlord, and Chen. Probably in that order, honestly. Garmadon's definitely the best of those three, so, you know. Why doesn't Lego give Asphira an actual snake tail? Yeah, kind of strange. She just has the ghost tail. Not a huge fan of that. She deserves a snake tail. Hashtag snake tail for Asphira. Yes, please, and thank you. Your theory is that Harumi convinced the Crystal King to include Mr. F because she was upset that he was killed by Garmadon? I mean, yeah, sure. Garmadon did kill Mr. E. That is true. Momo, don't chew on cords. You can't do that. No chewing on cords. Yeah, that is true. I could totally see that being the case. Like, hey, Overlord, can you revive my good friend Mr. E over there? And the Overlord's like, fine, but we can't call him Mr. E. We gotta call him Mr. F. And she's like, all right, sure, whatever. All I want is my friend back, please. I think that could be cool. I think we'll definitely figure out why he was revived. That is for sure. Wouldn't mean anything to the characters, especially Lloyd, if it was Avatar Harumi. Yeah, I agree. It'd be much better if it was actual Harumi. I mean, it still is a possibility that it could be Avatar Harumi, but yeah, it wouldn't really mean as much if it was Avatar Harumi. Totally should be the real one. Favorite Harumi figure? Let's go with the original Quiet one. Let's go with that. Not the princess, but the Quiet one. You know, the black outfit, the white hair, the red mask. Let's go with that. Avatar Harumi is interesting. It kind of reminds me of Kill Bill. Even this new crystallized Harumi is an interesting design. I like her face a lot, but I don't know. I like the Quiet one Harumi. That's probably my favorite of all of the Harumi figures. Is the Crystal King the Overlord? That's what we're going with right now. Yeah, that's what we're going with right now. Seems very possible. Seems more likely than anything else. Seems more likely than the Crystal King being someone else or an entirely new character. That's for sure. I will say it hasn't really been confirmed 100% just yet, but it is looking very, very likely. There's too much evidence pointing towards the Crystal King being the Overlord that it's hard to see him being anything else. So, there we go. Whew. Quiet One and Kabuki Mask are the best. Yeah, they should make a Kabuki Mask minifigure. That'd be sweet. I'd love to add that to the Harumi collection. Do I think Nadakon will be back in Crystallized? Probably not, but I think he should return at some point. I think he will too. We keep on seeing that teapot around in the background. Gotta mean something. Maybe Nadakon will show up maybe at some point in a future season. Who's to say, really? Day of the Departed pictures, please. Sure, I mean, we do have them, so let's use them. Sounds good. Putting them to good use. Day of the Departed pictures. As much as I don't like this little thing for Ninjago, I will say the visuals are just as good as previous Ninjago seasons. Visuals are definitely not super bad here. The animation during the fight scenes is kind of awkward in some cases, but I blame that more on the choreography as opposed to the actual visuals or whatever. Otherwise, yeah, Day of the Departed pictures, sure. Why not? Could you do a Pythor tier list? Like all of the different Pythor forms? Maybe I should do like all of the Serpentine, you know? Like ranking every single Serpentine minifigure ever made. That could be an interesting video to do one day once we eventually get out of the crystallized realm. I think that could be interesting to see. Hyped for Transformers Rise of the Beast? Yeah. I totally am. Looking forward to seeing that movie. I'm curious to see how they're going to handle some of the Beast Wars characters. In case you guys don't know, Beast Wars is kind of my thing. I love me some Beast Wars. And as soon as I heard they were being put into a live-action movie, I was curious. I want to see what that looks like. I want to see how they handle the Beast Wars characters. I think it's going to be awesome. But we're just going to have to wait and see. Why don't we wrap up the which Oni mask would you like to have poll? Seems like the Mask of Vengeance is winning there. And yeah, that's probably my preferred one too. Getting 4 arms, that would be awesome. Otherwise, the Mask of Deception would also be very useful. Mask of Hatred, interesting, but not that useful compared to the other two. So I'd say Mask of Vengeance. Pretty happy that one won, to be honest. I'm also a big fan of the red mask. You know, the Vengeance is red color. Looks very good. What characters and costume variants would I put into a Ninjago CMF? I would love there to be, for example, if they could do the Pajama Ninja, that'd be pretty sweet. Or even the Parka Ninja from Possession where they're climbing the snowy mountain. That could be an interesting ninja design to see. Otherwise, I would love to see original, like the original Blacksmith Kai. That could make for a pretty sweet figure. What else should we do? Younger Garmadon, younger Wu, because why not? I think there's a lot of potential. A lot of potential there for a Ninjago CMF series. Hopefully LEGO will do that one day. That would be lovely. Will I do an Overlord Dragon set review? I did one a long time ago when the set came out, but I have not covered my revamp just yet. I do want to make a video on that eventually, covering my customized Golden Dragon, or not Golden Dragon, sorry, Overlord Dragon. Gonna be doing that at some point there. But I have covered the original set a long time ago when it came out. So, Jose with the 199. I'm back and I feel much better now. Hey, glad to hear it, Jose. Glad you are feeling better. Thank you very much for joining us here today, and thank you very much for the 199 donation. You will see a Cursed Woo super chat very, very soon. It'll pop up on the screen eventually. Sometimes these things get delayed. But thank you, Jose, for the 199. I appreciate that. Let's see. Does any part of me wish they never changed the designs? Honestly, a very, very small part of me. Ooh, there it is. You to do this, brother. There's the super chat. Thank you, Jose, for the 199. A very, very small part of me, I guess, kind of longs for those older designs to return. But it's not like an overwhelming sensation, you know? I just have it in the back of my head that, hey, maybe if they wanted to use these designs at some point in the future, I'd be okay with that. Doing like a multiverse season or like a flashback season, sure. Bring in those older designs. But honestly, I love the new designs. I think they do a lot more for the characters than the older designs ever did. While the older designs are classic, the new ones just make them look so much more unique and stylized and individual, and I like that a lot more as opposed to them looking like generic Lego City characters half the time. I don't know. I could go either or on the older designs returning. If they do decide to bring them back, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but otherwise I think we're good with the new designs right now. I think we're pretty much good here. Best possible crossover for a poll idea? Awesome idea. Let's go with that. Like crossovers with other Lego themes, right? Which Lego theme should Ninjago cross over with? If they were to do a crossover. Not saying they will, because they most definitely won't. But if they were to cross over with another Lego theme, what Lego theme should they cross over with? Obviously, we got to put Chima on there. That's like the no-brainer. But what else? What else should they cross over with? Lego Friends. Sure, let's do that. Friends. Nexo Knights. Ooh, Bionicle. Let's do that instead of Friends. Let's roll with that. Bionicle and Ninjago could make for a pretty interesting combination. Nexo Knights, Chima, Bionicle, and Monkey Kid. Sure. That's pretty much the go-to, right? Monkey Kid, Hero Factory. Ooh, I will tell you, like back in the day, back when I collected Hero Factory and Ninjago, there were certainly a lot of crossovers going on there. I used to have them crossover all the time. Monkey Kid, Nexo Knights, Chima, Bonkles. Which Lego theme should Ninjago cross over with? Sounds good. Isn't Nexo Knights canceled? Oh yeah, they're definitely not going to be doing a crossover with Nexo Knights anytime soon. This is just a hypothetical. You know, just a hypothetical. Which Lego theme should they cross over with if they were to cross over with a Lego theme? What would it be? What would that crossover look like? Can you put all of the above? I mean, if you wanted all of the above, sure. I mean, I could see that. Top answer right now is Monkey Kid. Interesting. I'd say that one makes sense because obviously Monkey Kid is still running. It's actually running alongside Ninjago right now. Seems like the most realistic of the crossovers. Maybe even Chima, because Chima is one of the Ninjago realms, right? So, would I ever want the Golden Rebooted Kai minifigure? Maybe, but only if they made like golden half masks, you know, so I can make it more accurate to how we see it in the show. I'm not a huge fan of how the Golden Kai rebooted minifigure looks in person, you know, not a huge fan of how that minifigure actually looks. It looks a lot better in the show. If I could make it look more like the show, I totally would bother getting it, but honestly, as of right now, I'm not going to bother with it. Oh, speaking of which, speaking of buying rare Ninjago minifigures, I bought a rare Ninjago minifigure yesterday on Mercari. Somebody was selling it for a pretty reasonable price, and I had to jump at the chance to get it just to complete the collection. Wonder if anybody can take a guess as to what I got. It's not Akita. I'm going to be getting Akita at some point down the line, but it's not Akita. It's from the earlier seasons. We've seen it in season 1, and it's a variant of the Ninja. Might be one of the NRG Ninja. Yeah, it's totally a NRG J. Last one I need for the NRG collection. NRG J, I'm not a huge fan of the NRG Ninja, obviously, but I did want that one because I had the other 3, so might as well grab NRG J just to complete the collection. It was selling for pretty cheap on Mercari, so I went ahead and grabbed it. Yeah, NRG J. I already had the other 3. I had the NRG Kai, the Cole, the Zane. I just needed the J. The Zane that I have is pretty messed up, though, so I might want to get another Zane at some point. But NRG J I did not have. Decided to get him because he was cheap. Adding him to the collection, sure to be a pretty fun time. Season 2 pictures. You got it. Sounds good. Okay, cool. Now buy Akita. Fun fact about Akita. I was actually looking on Mercari last night. They had a listing for Akita for $30, and it sold 12 hours before I saw it. I was like, come on, man. That is so cool. That is such a good price for Akita. $30 for Akita, I would have jumped at that chance. Unfortunately, I missed her by 12 hours, but I will find her one day for a reasonable price. I do want her. I want her in my collection at some point here. Gonna be grabbing her at some point. $30 is actually pretty good for Akita, so yeah, definitely missed out on that. Kicking myself over that. Gosh, heck. I know, I was 12 hours late. I hate myself so much. If I had to pick one thing for Kai to be allergic to, what would it be? I always thought paint for some reason. Seen some say he's allergic to cats. What if he was allergic to hair gel? Wouldn't that be ironic? Oh no, I can't spike up my hair anymore because I'm allergic to hair gel. That could make for some pretty funny scenes. Let's go with that. Otherwise, cats, sure. I know a lot of people with cat allergies. Totally. But hair gel, that would certainly be quite the ironic twist. That's for sure. As I take a sip of my water there. Cold water's good, man. Hydrate yourselves, peoples. Favorite Ninjago moment? If I had to pick a favorite Ninjago moment, like of all time, spanning across the entire series, probably the final battle. I'm pretty boring. Final battle of season 2, definitely one of my favorite Ninjago moments. Can't really go wrong with that. It's just so perfect. I know nowadays the final battle gets a lot of criticism, but back in the day, that was like all that there was. You know, this is what the entire series was leading up to, and in my opinion, it paid off in a pretty big way. So I'd say the final battle. I'm kind of boring, kind of cliche, kind of old-fashioned. I'll say the final battle. Did I see the Ironheart leak? Yeah, I saw her new costume. I'm not really sure how to feel about it. I think it looks fine, but I'm not really sure how to feel about the Ironheart series. I haven't really heard about the character before. Thank you, RaoulBot, for subscribing as well. Yeah, Ironheart, not really looking forward to it. I just need to learn more about the character before I dive on into the excitement for that series. Just kind of seems like another one of those, hey, let's revamp an older character for the modern day type of scenarios. So, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see when it comes out. Maybe it'll surprise me. I don't know. Could not tell you. If Moro would return, would he get a wind sword? That'd be pretty sweet. Like a sword made out of solid wind? Sure. Make that happen, Ninjago, you cowards. Want Crystallized Part 2? Me too. Crystallized Part 2 sounds pretty good right about now. Fortunately, I can tide myself over with the sets until then. Thank you, OP Gaming, for subscribing as well. Yeah, like I was saying, I can tide myself over with the sets. I have a lot of sets to review, so I am going to be keeping myself busy in terms of content, so I'm fine with Crystallized Part 2 being a little bit of a ways away just yet. I like the new sets. I want to spend some time talking about those. And also, I want to do some revamps to these guys as well, especially the Crystal King, maybe even the Crystal King's Temple and the Dragon Cruiser. Some of those sets I want to make revamps for. Maybe I'll do videos on those as well. I think that could be fun. Am I sick of part 1 by now? I mean, part 1's been out for a while, right? Part 1's been out for quite some time. I'm not sure how many times you guys have rewatched it, but I've only seen it all the way through twice, so I could probably rewatch it again at some point there. I probably will before part 2 comes out, just refresh myself as to what happened in part 1. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sick of it just yet. I could probably watch it at some point here. Would be epic, to say the least. Do I prefer Cole with a hammer or a scythe? Both are good. Scythe is classic, but the hammer is more practical, I'll say. It's kind of smaller. Surely he can get more done with the hammer as opposed to the scythe. But yeah, the scythe is very, very classic. Best Sensei pull. Include Dareth and Chen for diversity. Interesting. Maybe we could roll with the best Sensei pull. I think we're going to be ending off the which crossover should happen poll. Who won? Monkey Kid? It makes sense. Followed by Chima, then Nexonites, and then Bionicle with 6%. Interesting. I think Bionicle and Ninjago crossing over, that could be interesting to see. Maybe that'll happen one day. Who's to say? Best Sensei or Master. Sure. Best Sensei / Master. I'm going to put Wu. I'm going to put Garmadon. I'm going to put, instead of Dareth, let's go with Lloyd. Because Lloyd was a master or sensei there for a little bit, you know. Your coordinates, Master Lloyd. That type of thing. And who else should we do? We got room for one more. We could do Chen, but I think maybe we should do Yang instead. You know what? No, let's go with Chen. I think Chen's good. Best Sensei or Master. Wu, Garmadon, Lloyd, Chen. Take a vote. Thank you, Chompy the Rebel Dragon, for subscribing. It's an awesome name. Chompy's a rebel dragon. He's going out of his way to cause some harm. Scales Jr. is a sensei in how to jet ski. True. Yeah. Unfortunately, he died. Rest in peace, Scales Jr. You will be missed. Do I like the episode 1 step forward, 2 steps back from Prime Empire? Yeah, it's alright. A lot of those middle Prime Empire episodes are just kind of decent to me. I think Prime Empire peaked towards the beginning, kind of settled down there towards the middle, and then jumped up again towards the very end. It's one of those types of seasons. I think Prime Empire is pretty good, though, overall. Can't really go wrong with watching Prime Empire every now and then. Of course, Wu. I mean, yeah, Wu's fine. Wu's iconic. He doesn't tell the ninja enough stuff to get my vote. Yeah, true. He probably should reveal his secrets to the ninja, right? He should probably just gather around the fire one day. He's like, come on, ninjas, come sit around the fire with me. I gotta learn you some stuff. And then he's like, okay, here's a list of all the villains that I've wronged in the past. All of these may or may not show up at some point in the modern day to kill you because I like to blame my problems on everyone else. Huh? I like to pass my problems on to you. And as such, here's a list of bad guys you should probably watch out for. Have fun spending the entire rest of your life looking over your shoulder. I'm going to go puff up that spirit smoke, you know? Good old Master Wu. Oh, Wu, you rascal. How many villains have you wronged throughout your day? I think that's awesome, though. I think Master Wu should totally just sit down and tell the ninja, hey, this guy, and this guy are going to show up and try to kill you. That would save a lot of problems. Do I hate Season 7? No, not at all. I think Hands of Time is a fine season. Definitely towards the bottom, though, for me, but I don't hate it. I don't hate anything that Ninjago has put out except for maybe Day of the Departed, honestly. But Hands of Time, no. Hands of Time is nowhere near hate level, in my opinion. It's totally fine. Solid 5 out of 10 season. Just middle of the walkway there. I don't know. What do I think would happen to an Elemental Master if he ate Vengestone? Would he be rid of his powers until the Vengestone passed? Could you even pass Vengestone naturally? That's the question of the day. Interesting. I feel like maybe he would just be without powers until he eventually passed the Vengestone. If that's even possible. I have no idea. Never thought about that before. That's certainly interesting. What would happen if an Elemental Master ate Vengestone? Would probably blow up. I mean, maybe. Who's to say? C-band pictures. Sure, we can do C-band for a little bit. Sounds good. As I yawn. Excuse me. Tired. Very, very sleepy. I still have not been caught up with all the sleep that I missed this weekend, so I'm working on that. This week is definitely going to be a sleepy week. That's for sure. Will Season 16 be about Jay mainly? Who's to say? Could not tell you for certain. I think that Jay could very well be the Focus Ninja at some point again, but honestly, they should probably let Kai do it first, you know? Probably give Kai the focus before they give it to Jay. I don't know. Past couple of seasons haven't really had a Focus Ninja, yeah? I mean, Seabound had it for Nia, but Crystallized, who's the focus of Crystallized? I would argue that it's not a focus of one ninja, but a team season. Another one of those team seasons. Why not? Let's see. Is this part 2 the final season for the main story? Crystallized Part 2 will wrap up the current saga for Ninjago. So from what I understand, everything from 2011 to now will culminate with Crystallized Part 2. So I guess it's not going to be the final season, obviously. We have more stuff coming out next year for Ninjago that is a continuation. But it's going to be the end of whatever this era is called, whatever this current saga is called. So, you know, Ninjago's not ending. Long story short, Ninjago's definitely not ending. Crystallized has Lloyd as the focus. I don't know for sure if Lloyd is the focus, though. I mean, sure, he's on the box, but that doesn't mean that he's the focus, per se, right? I don't know. I'd argue that this season is probably just a team season, right? I think it's better than having another Lloyd season. Sure. I will not sleep until you finally get proper sleep. Well, I got 8 hours yesterday. I did get 8 hours, but I still feel tired. I'm still missing out on a lot of sleep that I did not get this weekend when I stayed up a lot. So at least I got 8 hours today. That's more than I usually get per day. So I'll take those small victories whenever I can. That's for sure. As my Google starts acting up in the kitchen for whatever reason. Yeah, we got new Wi-Fi around here. I think I told you guys that. We got new Wi-Fi in the apartment here. And all of the Google Home Minis that we have around the apartment, you need to connect each one individually to the new Wi-Fi. And sometimes they don't get the message. Sometimes the Google out in the kitchen just talks randomly. I'm sorry, I cannot connect to the Wi-Fi. The one in the room here with me, that one's fine. Connected that one right away. The one in the kitchen, though, have not bothered activating that one just yet, so rest in spaghetti. I'll do it eventually. It's one of those things that I'm just putting off. Which ninja has gotten the most focus on the entire show? Or in the entire show? Probably Lloyd, to be honest. Either Lloyd or... yeah, probably Lloyd. I mean, who else had more focus than Lloyd? Kai certainly had a lot of focus there towards the beginning, but honestly, Lloyd, ever since he became the Green Ninja, seems like that dude's getting a lot of focus. I can see why people are pretty upset about that. Like, what the heck? Never put off until tomorrow what can be done today. Very, very true. Maybe I should go do the Google Home Mini thing today. But the one in the room works here. Hey, Google, tell us a joke.
What do you get when you put a vest on an alligator? An investigator.
That's a pretty good one. Not the best one that you've ever told there, Google, but pretty solid. 6 out of 10. Good stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Worst set. Like most disappointing set. I mean, my instinct is to say the Samurai X Cave Chaos from Day of the Departed, but honestly, there's been a lot of objectively worse sets out there than that one, so it's hard to say, really. I think that some of the junior sets leave a lot to be desired, obviously, but the Electromech was especially insulting to me, so let's go with that one. The Electromech from Legacy. What is the worst thing that Wu has ever done? What is the worst thing that Wu has ever done? Interesting. I'm not sure. Like, what would be the worst thing that Wu has done? Because he definitely keeps a lot of secrets that he probably shouldn't. I mean, that's for sure. If anything, we could go with that. Master Wu keeping secrets when he shouldn't have. It's not like he's Garmadon where he's, stealing love letters and, rewriting them to make it seem like he wrote them, that type of thing. Not like it's Garmadon, or it's not like it's Wu doing that kind of stuff. So maybe Wu just should stop keeping secrets. Maybe he should stop teaching villains spinjitzu. He should just stop being involved with bad guys. What the heck, Master Wu? Tell your secrets. Stay away from villains. It would save us so much time and energy. How did Scales Jr. die in a jet ski accident? He just died in a jet ski accident, man. Hit the dock. I don't know. Spontaneous combustion on the water. I have no idea. Definitely, Scales Jr. needs to come back to life, though. That'd be awesome. That'd be excellent. Spider on a rock easily bumps up the Electromech set to S tier. They should honestly make a Spider on a rock polybag. That would be awesome. It's just 2 pieces. It's the rock and the spider. There you go. Costs $5 in the store for 2 pieces. I'd buy that set. I'd buy multiples of that set. Make a whole army of spiders on rocks. That'd be excellent and amazing. Crystallized pictures. Sure. Ninjago crystallized. Sounds good. Will I do a face reveal ever? I've done face reveals before. You can find them on my channel pretty easily. Otherwise, for the 200th stream, we will have the face cam. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. The face cam, probably not going to be the best quality. I don't really have a high quality webcam, but I will try my best. We will work with what we have. Working with what we got to make the face cam possible for the 200th stream. There you go. You guys can look forward to that. Can I ask Google who the best Ninjago villain is? Hey Google, who's the best Ninjago villain?
On the website TitanTimes.org, they say, number 1, Nauticon. To find out more, look for the link in your Google Home or Google Assistant app.
I will definitely not look at that link, but according to my Google Home Mini, Nauticon is the best villain. Very interesting choice there, Google. I mean, I'm not going to argue that choice. Nauticon is pretty sweet, but I don't know if he's the best. I can think of some other bad guys that I like a little bit more. But, huge shout out to fans of Nauticon. Apparently my Google Home Mini agrees with you. Why don't we end off the best Sensei or Master poll? Seems like Wu has obviously won, but I feel like some of the other Masters or Senseis should be taken into consideration a little bit more. Like Garmadon, he was a pretty good Master. Same deal with Lloyd. He just wasn't all the way there just yet. So, ask which is the best ninja. Hey Google, which Ninjago ninja is the best?
I found 6 on the website fandom.com.
Okay, they're just going to go through the
Every
list.
ninja ranked from worst to best.
Oh, here we go.
1-6, Kai. 2-5, Cole. 3-4, Lloyd. 4-3, NYA. 5-2, Zane. And finally, 6-1, Jay.
So apparently Jay's the best because it's ranking from worst to best. Is that what I heard? So Jay's the best? Or is it NYA, my favorite ninja of all time? Who's your favorite character? NYA. Obviously, she's the best. I don't know. Where's Dareth and Nelson? Not here. They're not ninja. So, sorry. They're kind of honorary ninja, but not so much ninja. One could even argue that Nia right now is not a ninja. Who's the weakest ninja at the moment? Well, if you count Nia, then Nia. Otherwise, maybe Jay or Kai? One of those two. A lot of people say Jay is the weakest, but honestly, he's pretty strong, so I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Do I like cheese? Yeah, cheese is good. Cheese is alright. Because Zane and Pixel are ninjroids, doesn't that mean that they will both outlive the entirety of the ninja team? Same thing with Lloyd because he's part Oni and Dragon. Technically, yeah. Technically, they will outlive the entire ninja team. But then again, Elemental Masters will also age a little bit differently as well. They don't age as fast as normal people from what I can understand, so maybe they will live a long life together. But I think eventually, yeah, Zane and Pixel and Lloyd, they'll probably outlive the rest of the ninja team, but we're just going to have to wait and see how that looks, or what that looks like. Maybe we will see that in a future Ninjago series, if they decide to do like a sequel set in the far future. That'd be interesting to see. How much time do you think has passed from the pilots to crystallized? I'd say about 5 to 8 years. Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't think, obviously, for us, it's been like, 11, 12 years? Definitely not that long in terms of the Ninjago series. 5 to 8 years sounds about right. We have a couple of confirmed time skips in there, a couple of time skips of a year, so at least 2 years has passed. We know that for sure. I'd say about 5 to 8. Sounds about right. How did Wu age so fast? Good question, yeah, because apparently, he looked young until about 10 years ago, and then he just randomly aged up rapidly for some reason. Not sure why. That is a good question. According to Tommy Andreasen, didn't he say that something Wu and Garmadon's balance got messed up as soon as Garmadon got sent to the underworld, and that's why they both aged rapidly? I don't know. Couldn't really tell you. That's one of those Ninjago timeline bugs that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense when you think about it deep down. It'd make more sense if they were old during Garmadon's flashback. Like if he looked like Sensei Garmadon and then he, got banished to the underworld, came back, and he was normal again. I don't know. It'd make more sense if they were older, to be honest. Favorite game? Like favorite video game of all time? Let's see. Got a couple. I really like Fall of Cybertron. I really like Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Maybe one of those two. Yeah, let's go with that. Little Wu is to die for. Totally. Baby Master Wu, protect him dearly, protect him always and forever. Which ninja would be the most likely to become a villain? not a vigilante, and go against his fellow ninja. Why do I think Kai? I mean, Kai is probably going to be the most likely to lose it, to snap, to turn to the dark side. I think that could work. Kind of like an Anakin Skywalker situation. Why not, right? You could do Vigilante Kai, but you could also do straight up Villain Kai. I think that could be interesting to see. And eventually Kai goes ahead and he's like, you know what? I was so wrong for being a bad guy. I went against everything that I stand for. What the heck? I think that could work out. Thoughts on the mini dragon in the Samurai X mech? Honestly, it's not the best thing ever, but it's also not the worst. I'm kind of seeing it right now. Let me see if I can grab it. Yeah, here he is. This little crystallized dragon thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's not like the best thing ever. I've seen worse dragons before, though, but I've also seen better ones. In terms of how this dragon goes, probably the weakest part of the Samurai X mech set for me. I don't like his jaw. His jaw is kind of weird. I don't like his large gorilla arms. I don't know. I'll talk more about this dragon when I do my Samurai X mech review, but yeah, definitely the weakest of the entire set for me, because the set has an awesome mech, great minifigures, but I can't help but think that maybe that dragon could have been, not included to lower the price a little bit, or to provide more pieces to the mech. I don't know. Who's to say? I'll talk more about that in my review. Jose with the $4.99. Thank you very much, Jose, for the $4.99. Not sure if you watch Naruto, but imagine if Kai used Sasuke's Jutsui called Fireball or Fire Style Fireball on the enemies. Yeah, not sure what that looks like. I don't watch Naruto. Gotta go fast. I don't watch Naruto, but I do know Sasuke because of all the memes. I just haven't seen him use fire.
Would not want you to do this, brother.
But thank you, Jose, for the $4.99. I'm gonna have to look up what that's like. Let me type it in quick. To the internet I go. I must see what Sasuke's fire looks like. I know Sasuke because of the memes. Fire style fireball. Yeah, say that 5 times fast. Let's see. Oh, I see. That's pretty cool. Yeah, maybe Kai should do something like that. Like, just make a large fireball? Sure. I didn't realize that Sasuke had, like, fire powers. That's interesting. Thank you, Jose, for the $4.99. I'll probably watch Naruto one fateful day, but not anytime soon. Maybe one rainy day. Many moons from now, I'll probably do something with Naruto. Can we do another poll? Sure. We probably have enough time in the stream for one final poll, so what do you guys want to do for, like, a last poll idea? What should we do? Who would I date against your will, Dareth or Clutch Powers? Tell you what, let's leave it up to fate, all right? Dareth is heads, Clutch Powers is tails. Hey, Google, flip a coin.
You got tails.
Ooh, I guess I'm dating Clutch Powers. I can roll with that. Definitely not going to date Dareth. No, thank you. But Clutch Powers, not going to be ideal, but better than Dareth. So I kind of lucked out there. Thank you, my lovely Google Home Mini. Yeah, let's do one more poll. What do you guys have for poll ideas? Let's get one more poll in the chat before we wrap things up here today. Let's see. What should we vote on though? What do you guys have for poll ideas? What should we do? What job would you have in Ninjago City? Police, postman, working with Gale Gossip, or Cryptarian prison guard? I mean, that could be interesting. Like, what job would you like to have in Ninjago City? Sure, let's go with that. What Ninjago City job would you have? Or job would you want? Very unique poll. I don't think we've done this one. We haven't done this one before. What Ninjago City job would you want? What other jobs are out there in Ninjago City? We do have the... Where is that original? Where's that original message? I gotta find it quick as I yawn again. Excuse me. Okay, we got the police officer. You could be a police officer, sure. Go against the ninja. You could be a postman. Okay, I like that. You could work with Gale Gossip. I'm going to say news reporter, just to kind of collectively put all that together. And one more. What should we do? Window washer. Sure. Window washer. If need be, just turn around and take one step off the thing there, and there you go. Problem solved. What Ninjago City job would I want? We got police officer, postman, news reporter, window washer. Take a vote. What would you rather be? If you had to pick a job. This is like the B movie. Everybody gets a job. But wait, did they get to pick in the Bee Movie, or were they forced into a specific job? I think they got to pick, right? I can't remember. It's been a hot minute since I've seen the Bee Movie. And with that being said, guys, why don't we head on over to rapid fire questions? We have enough time to answer some rapid fire questions before we wrap up the stream. What should we do for rapid fuego questions? News reporter sounds the least dangerous. True, but are you like a live news reporter though? Like where you're out on the field trying to get news, or are you just in the studio? Because I could see either or being the case. Is the Crystal King mech worth it? I'd say so. Pretty good set overall. I think it comes with some cool minifigures. Would totally recommend. Do I think they could pull off an anime Ninjago? I think they could, but I'm not really sure how the majority of the fan base would react to that. Seems like you're definitely going to be risking a lot of the fan base to make anime Ninjago, but I think they can make it work. I think it could totally work out. Do I like Beyblade? Not really. Beyblade isn't really my thing, was never really my thing. Do I support the cult of Fugitive? Not really, no. I mean, the cult of Fugitive sounds like they're not really doing anybody any harm, but I don't really support that per se. I don't like cults, unless the cult is for something other than Fugitive. In which case, yes, cults. Why do Ninjago fans hate anime so much? That's a good question. Never understood that. But apparently a lot of people just have this weird vendetta out against anime for some reason. Not sure why. I remember when the anime episodes happened in season 11. People lost their minds. It was pretty funny. Prime Empire pictures. Yeah, why don't we end on Prime Empire? Sounds good. Pixelvania or Harumi? Oh my goodness. Pixelvania or Harumi? I could go either way, man. Either one of those, any of those three would be awesome. Hey Google, pick a number 1 through 3. Let's see who we get. Leave it up to chance.
Here's a random number. 1.
Pixel. Okay. Pixel's cool. I like Pixel. She's a cool character. Otherwise, Vanya, Harumi, all good characters. All 3, fantastic. Best set from the new wave. Probably going to be going with the Samurai X mech. Kind of a surprise to me. I was expecting myself to love the Crystal King a little bit more, but the Samurai X mech, good stuff. You got Harumi? Nice. I mean, either way, I think we're doing good. So, Pixel's pretty cool, though. I can go with Pixel. Would I recommend the Hydra Bounty? Sure. I mean, the Hydra Bounty is unique. It's interesting looking. I'd say so. I don't have my Hydra Bounty anymore. I actually sold it off a while ago, but Hydra Bounty, fine set. Very solid. Would I rather search Ninjago Neo or Master of Metal X Fugitive? That's a good question. What would I rather search for? Maybe option B, because maybe it'll be funny at least. I don't know. I feel like I can get some humor out of that, you know, as opposed to the first one, which will just leave me traumatized. Is Jay's bike worth it? Yeah, it's a small set. You get Golden Dragon Jay. I think that's worth it for sure. Is the Crystal King shorter than the Samurai mech? Yeah, I'm actually looking at both of them on the shelf right now. I have them next to each other. Let's see how much shorter the Crystal King is, though, compared to the Samurai mech. In the shelf that I have them, the Samurai mech right now stands almost to the very top of the shelf. Crystal King makes it about halfway. The Crystal King is about, let's see, how short are you, my guy? He's about 4 inches shorter than the Samurai X mech. So yeah, he's definitely shorter. That's for sure. Maybe I could do a size comparison once I do my Samurai X mech review, if I remember. Otherwise, yeah, 4 inches. About 4 inches shorter. So, is Ninjago City Gardens worth it? Yeah, I'd say so. Unfortunately, it had a price hike now. It costs $50 more than it used to. I think it's still worth it, though, for the amount of stuff that you get there. It's just not fun paying more for a set that you know should be cheaper by default. I'd say it is still worth it, though. If you can find it used, I'd say go that route, but I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe it is still worth it. Reversed in the show. Interesting. What's with the color purple in crystallized? Crystal's just the thing of the day, you know, just the flavor of the day, and crystals are purple. So, I don't know. I think that is the color of the Overlord as well, so kind of makes sense. What is 4 inches in centimeters? Let's see. It's about 11 centimeters shorter. 10, 11 centimeters shorter. There you go. I have my ruler here, so it's easy for me to measure things. Yeah, about 4 inches shorter, or about 11 to 10 to 11 centimeters shorter. Either way, it's pretty shorter. Pretty short. Do I like sour cream and onion? Yeah, it's alright. It's an alright flavor. What did I do for my 16th birthday? I don't think I did anything, did I? I don't think so. My 16th birthday was kind of just another birthday, you know? Kind of just another normal birthday. Didn't really do much of anything special, I don't think. I don't know. I think like the Sweet 16 thing is a little bit more played up in the media as opposed to what it is in real life. At least for me. Wasn't really anything special. How are we doing on the poll as well? Are which Ninjago City job would you want poll? They're kind of even. Police officer has the highest amount of votes. Otherwise, postman has 25%, news reporter has 22, and window washer has 24. A lot of people want to be cops in Ninjago City. Not sure how well that will play over, especially when people attack again, when the flaming snakes attack. Not sure how to feel about that. I don't know if I'd want to be a cop. Let's answer one more question before we wrap things up here today. Why don't we end off the which Ninjago City job would you want poll? We can wrap that up. But let's answer one more question before we wrap things up here for this lovely Tuesday stream. The police have no guns. They used to have guns, right? But they don't anymore. They don't anymore, which is interesting. Wonder why. You'd think that now that you'd give them guns and whatnot, right? So one more question. Let's see. What should we do for like a final question? Okay. Let's go with that. Let's see. What other... Yeah, there it is. What other art styles than anime would work good with Ninjago? And would fans be happy with the one that you'd like? Honestly, if I had to compare it to like another cartoon, maybe something like... what's a good example of like another cartoon that Ninjago could adopt? I mean, anime would be ideal. But if you had to base an art style off of a cartoon, maybe you could do something like Adventure Time's art style. Just not as simplistic, I guess you could say. Otherwise, I feel like any other art style would probably not go over well with fans. I mean, Ninjago fans are very much used to having their characters look like Lego, move like Lego. It's a very Lego-themed world. Ooh, Clone Wars would be good too. Yeah, the Clone Wars art style? Sure. Avatar is kind of similar to anime, to be honest. But yeah, I think that would work as well. Either way, though, no matter what happens, Ninjago will probably still be Lego-based in the future. I know we have that new series coming out next year, but I feel like no matter if an art style were to change or no matter what it would look like, people would still be upset over it. I just think Ninjago fans and change don't really get along most of the time. I think a different art style could work, though, but we're just going to have to wait and see if the Ninjago series actually decides to do that. Probably not, but maybe we'll see that one day. With that being said, guys, that's going to pretty much do it for the stream here today. Hopefully I was able to answer that final question in a satisfactory manner. Let's go over our streaming schedule before we wrap things up here today. Before we conclude today's stream, we stream Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time. And as always, I will provide you guys with daily updates. If there's ever a day where I cannot stream for whatever reason, I will let you guys know via my community tab as per usual. And of course, let's get some hugs in the chat, shall we? Sounds good. A lot of you guys have already started kicking that off for me. Thank you very much, guys, for starting off the end of the stream hug tradition. Yeah, live action Ninjago. That would be a trip for sure. I think people would be more upset over live action Ninjago than anything, but like I said, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed today's stream. I will be back same time tomorrow, same place, same time for another stream. Remember, tomorrow we are doing a tournament bracket, so feel free to swing on by tomorrow if you want to take part in that. That'll be tomorrow's plan. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys tuning into this one. You guys were awesome as always. Fantastic audience. Thank you all so much for tuning in and hanging out for the hour. It's always fun talking to you guys. I appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Have a fantastic rest of your day, everybody, and I will talk to you guys again later. Peace.